this one. Now, in some cases, we like to have a pop-up telling us that we have a priority action. Well, in order to do that, we need to go to the administration screen here and have this mark which you saw in a different lesson. You saw how we can mark that the task will be checked every so often, maybe every 10 minutes or so, or every 5 minutes. In that way, only the tasks that had priority 1 and a due time, meaning that is due, because if I do, for example, 10 minutes from now, well, it's no action. So this priority 1 at this time won't be triggered by the pop-up, won't be triggered by the automatic checking. Only if it's due already, it will be triggered, and in that case, the system will advise you that you have priority 1 task, and it's up to you to come and click, because the pop-up will actually pop up and will dissolve automatically, and then it's up to you to click define priority 1 here, and find that in fact you have 1 or more priority 1s due. And this is so important because I want to emphasize that the priority 1 is so important, because usually or mostly should be related to a time. Otherwise, you can do fine by putting it right here. But still, I mean, if you put something that is important with priority 1 and no time, it will be selected when you click priority 1 here, in spite that doesn't have a time, but won't be triggered automatically with the pop-up because it doesn't have a time. So for the system, it's not due, but you can find all priority 1s just by clicking here. Now we're going to clear this task, and we're going to do a more advanced system, a more advanced process. As you can see, at this moment we don't have any task. If we click the assign button, it will let us do some interesting tricks. For example, if I put, this is similar to the snippets that we have reviewed in a different lesson. If I put here, for example, follow up with a prospect, and click the insert button, I can insert this task with priority that I want in one click and be consistent, so I don't have to type every time this. So again, depending if I'm an executive or administrator, I will be able to select the agent that I want to assign the task to, or it will be for self. I'm going to delete again, clear this task, and I'm going to click assign again. Now we're going to do something a little bit more advanced. The other task that we did, the other snippet, is here alphabetically. You see? So it comes alphabetically. So now we're going to do something more advanced. Imagine that we have a set of strategies that I want to enter in one click. I can put, for example, a title that would be Prospect Strategy, and imagine that consists that you want to send a welcome email when the person calls, welcome email. And then maybe the next day you're gonna do follow-up phone call, follow-up phone call. Then in 2 more days, you're going 2 more days after tomorrow, so it's 2 days after tomorrow, you're gonna send the contract, or maybe the same day actually. The same day you're gonna send the contract. You're gonna wait 3 days and follow up for contract, and maybe the next day, assuming obviously that the contract have been received, you're gonna start the job. Okay, so we have here several things. So let me put priority 1, 2, 3. Let's do priority 1. So we have several things. We have a title that we identify by putting the dash in front and space. So this is a title, so it's not taken in consideration. We have a set of dates. Plus 0 means a difference between the previous one. So this number is the difference between the previous task. So in this case, since we don't have anything before, this 0 means today. This 1 means 1 day from today, from the previous one. This 0 means 0 difference from the previous one, which is, in this case, tomorrow. So these 2 tasks will be inserted with the date of tomorrow. And then this means 3 days after tomorrow, and then this 1 day after these 4 days from today, and that can be inserted in 1 click. So I'm gonna put the AAA here only to have it at the top when we come back. So I'm gonna click insert. Again, I can insert those tasks to a different agent or to self. So in this case, you can see that we have the welcome email right here, but if we open with the magnifier, we see that we have several tasks. We have, depending if you have a multi-user environment, you might have colors here like red or yellow if the task is for tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. In a multi-user environment, it doesn't do it. It simply is blank. You can see several things here. Here we can see several fields. First, we can see that the type of date is calculated. Can be fixed. Obviously, a fixed date must be necessary when you, for example, you want to mark a birthday. In that case, the date cannot be calculated. But when you're doing tasks, one after the other, and one depend on the other, especially like, for example, in this case, that you have a follow-up with phone and send you the contract the same day, and then you have to follow up for the contract. So obviously, you cannot follow up for the contract unless you have sent the contract. So this cannot be fixed on this date unless you have done this before. And this is something that majority of software don't do. They don't realize that actions have to be linked to the previous actions most of the time. Also, notice that this is green. This is green because these tasks belong to you. So you know that because of the initials, but also because it's green. If this task belongs to a different agent, then it will be white. If you want to see the whole task, you can either hover and you can see the whole text of the task. Even you can, if you hover with the Alt key first, so you press the Alt key and then you hover the mouse, it will pop up the task, and then you can put it in the clipboard or even print it if you want. To add or modify a task, simply click on the task and it will open this way where you can modify it, and then you can add anything. And you can come back. Now you have it right here.